What's going on, guys? It's Michael MGF, and today I'm going to be doing another custom LEGO minifigure showcase video. And for this video, I have Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn, both from the Amazing Spider-Man 2. So you can consider this sort of like a spin-off showcase video of my original Amazing Spider-Man 2 showcase video that I did at the beginning of May. As both of these minifigures, I would have obviously included in that video if I had them done at the time, but obviously there wasn't enough time, and so I'm making them now, and here they are. But I apologize for this video being slightly delayed. I wanted this video to come out a lot sooner, believe me, but I've been doing a bit of schoolwork, and yeah, I don't actually get summer breaks because I do homeschool. But anyway, and I just found out that only 9 days after losing my first hamster, Simon, I am about to lose my second hamster, and honestly, the hamster that has been the best hamster I've ever had in my entire life is also about to pass away, and therefore I felt kind of discouraged, and it's hard to be enthusiastic when you just can't. So I apologize that this video is a little bit delayed. You know, I wanted it to come out sooner, but hey, I'm here now, right? So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at both of these minifigures. Alright, so we're going to start off with Gwen, and when I made this minifigure, or at least when I started to make this minifigure, I just thought it would be fairly simple, because, you know, it's just like basic clothes. It's not like I'm painting a suit of armor like I usually do. And then I took a better look at her outfit after having seen the movie, and I was like, oh. So I got to work though, and I'm pretty happy with the final result. As you can see here, it turned out to look just like Gwen, and it is super accurate as well, utilizing some new accessories. Well, they're not new, but you know, I actually used a trench coat from Cape Madness, and trench coats obviously is not what she was wearing. She wasn't wearing a trench coat in the film, but what I did was I cut off like pretty much the entire top half of the trench coat along with some of the front of it to pretty much make it look more like the jacket that Gwen was wearing in this scene, because she wasn't actually wearing a trench coat, like I said. So I'm pretty happy with the way that turned out. You can see it actually has like a white stripe running all around the edge of it, along with the pockets on both sides and additional little buttons and some little buckles over here too. So pretty happy with the jacket, and it definitely makes this minifigure, because if I were to just paint on her jacket, it just wouldn't have felt the same, wouldn't have looked right. So I knew that it was essential to actually have a 3D, you know, actual, you know, real jacket for this minifigure. And yeah, her face along with the entirety of this minifigure is 100% hand painted by me, and the face I definitely am pretty happy with as well, as I think it resembles Gwen Stacy in a great way. And when I was making this head, I knew that I really wanted to kind of make her facial expression have a little bit of fear in it, because the things that Gwen goes through in the movie is absolutely ridiculous. So I thought that would be a more fitting expression for this minifigure. And yeah, so also you can see that she has like this dotted pattern for her shirt, and it was definitely kind of interesting, because it's literally just a ton of black circles, and then they're all outlined in pink, but only halfway. So it was kind of interesting for me to paint, but it was, I said the most challenging part was to make sure they were all angled appropriately and correctly. But other than that, that's really all I had to do for her torso. Obviously, you know, you have some exposed skin here, along with a little stripe running through the middle, but other than that, it was primarily just painting all these little circles. And you'll notice she does also have a different shade of purple here, along with some buckles as well, and the buckles are a last minute detail that I realized I had to add on. They definitely add a nice level of detail to this minifigure. And the pattern on her leggings was the part that I was like, oh crap, because that pattern was more intricate to paint than Spider-Man. And I mean, you look at Spider-Man here, and this minifigure, he was challenging by itself. And if you haven't seen the showcase of my Amazing Spider-Man 2 minifigures, be sure to check that out. It is available on my channel. But that was a complicated minifigure to make. And then her leggings pattern was more complicated than the webbing on Spider-Man, so I was like, oh boy. So I ended up painting it. It was easily the most time-consuming portion of making this minifigure, but it still turned out really great. Obviously, the pattern isn't exactly the same on all four sides of each leg, but it still looks really great the way it continues, and you can see it continues around, like I said, all four sides of the minifigure's legs. And I knew I had to make it continue around all four sides, or else it would have looked a little bit weird, because obviously you can still see where you can still see your legs underneath the jacket. So I decided to paint on all four sides and not just be cheap about it. And also, you can see I painted on her boots as well, which is not really that, you know, complicated. They're just black. You'll also notice I did actually paint paint on her boots as well, like I usually do, but they're just, you know, basic black color, so it's not that exciting, but they still get the job done. But yeah, I actually used purple arms for Gwen here because in the film, the you know, her mint green jacket that she's wearing, the sleeves on it don't actually extend over you know, the entirety of her long sleeve purple shirt that she's wearing. So there is a little bit of purple exposed. So I made sure to actually paint on a mint green color onto purple arms, so that I would, you know, so that I would have that purple color exposed, just like it is in the movie. And you'll notice that her wrists do have an outline of a white as well. And I just realized I have black paint on my finger. But yeah, so other than that though, that's pretty much it for Gwen Stacy. You'll notice the hairpiece is pretty predictable. And also something I want to note on before I do, you know, move on to Harry, is that I actually, to make her hairpiece fit, you might already see a little bit of it there, I did actually have to slice out the back of her jacket. So you know, it still doesn't make that big of a difference. It's not even that noticeable, but it's just a little touch that I figured I would note on. But other than that, Other than that though, guys, that is pretty much it for Gwen Stacy. Now we're gonna go ahead and take a look at Harry Osborn. So Harry Osborn is a figure that I wasn't really fond of the idea, like with making him, simply because I wanted the showcase to originally be Peter Parker and Gwen Stacy, but then I decided, let me give Harry a try. So I painted his face and his hairpiece, and then I realized, all right, this figure can work. Even though there really is not a lot for me to paint, it still can work, and that's why you're seeing him now. And this minifigure does actually utilize another accessory from Cape Madness. This is more of like a basic jacket, but it is still really nice, and I definitely think it adds a lot to this minifigure. Harry just wouldn't look as cool without that jacket, so I'm pretty happy with that. But other than that though, really all I painted was a little bit of detail on his torso. You guys know me, I usually paint a lot more than that, and also I usually paint a lot more than just what you see on his legs. But you look at his outfit in the movie, he doesn't really have that complex of an outfit, so this is really all I could come up with. But I'm still pretty happy with this minifigure. It still resembles Harry Osborn to the, you know, the degree that I would want it to, and not to mention the face, which I'm really happy with. You'll notice I have sort of like some dark circles underneath his eyes, because you know, Dane DeHaan kind of looked like that in the movie. So I just figured I would, you know, it would add that sort of like a kind of like dark emotion to Harry that he possesses in the movie onto my minifigure. But other than that though, that's it. There's really nothing else. I'm used to talking about more with my minifigures, but that's really it for Harry Osborn. There wasn't a whole lot else I could do to the minifigure. I don't know, maybe I could have given him a watch. Was he wearing a watch in the movie? I don't know, but I mean, there really wasn't a lot for me to do, but I'm still happy with what I was able to do, because I've got myself a Harry Osborn minifigure here, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. Wait! I almost completely forgot. With Harry here, if you look at his neck there, I actually have a little piece of infected skin because it's kind of a spoiler, but this is a thing that I really wanted to add to the minifigure regardless. So if you consider this too big of a spoiler, if you haven't seen Amazing Spider-Man 2, then be sure to just skip ahead a little bit. I'm pretty much done with the minifigure anyway. But if you look here, I actually have a little piece of infected skin, because we all know that Harry, he's suffering from a certain illness, which is kind of spoilery, but I wanted to add that onto my minifigure, so you can see I added it there, and it's pretty much just a little patch of red with a little bit of green in the middle of it, because we all know it was like green, like acidic and awful. So yeah, I added that to the minifigure. That was one detail that I really didn't want to leave out, and of course I forgot it, but there it is, and now we can go ahead and conclude this showcase video. Harry, wait! I just found a message from my father, and in it he said that the spiders only work with my bloodline, so I can officially guarantee you that my blood will only make your condition far worse. Well, I can't say I'm not disappointed, but at least you prevented me from making a huge mistake. Alright guys, and there you have it, the showcase video on these two custom minifigures from the Amazing Spider-Man 2, Gwen Stacy and Harry Osborn, and two minifigures that I definitely didn't think I was going to make walking into the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but then walking out, I was like, oh boy, I should probably make those figures now, as I probably won't want to later because of certain things that happen in the story. But regardless, that is pretty much it for this video, guys, and I hope you enjoyed these two minifigures, or maybe even found yourself inspired to make your own. And if you did either of the two, be sure to let me know by dropping this video a like below, and or your opinion in the comments, as both of which would definitely go a long way. And just let me know that you guys want to see more minifigures like this, even though obviously, figures like Harry I prefer not to make, because Harry is just so simple. But like I said, because of certain things that happened in the movie, I was like, I should probably make him now. But Yeah, so other than that, though, you can follow me on the Twitter and the book face. Links to both of those are always in the description below as well. And there I post all kinds of behind-the-scenes photos and updates of what I'm up to and what's to come for my channel. And I've been doing a lot of cool stuff over there. I've been working on a new Captain America suit recently, and also on a new Green Arrow, which I am going to be showing very soon. And once that is done, I will definitely be able to showcase that as soon as I can. And things like that you can already see over on my Twitter and my book face, which is why I always recommend it, because it is a lot easier to post photos on Twitter and Facebook than it is to record full-on showcase videos and reviews. So other than that, though, guys, that is it for this video, and I will catch you later. All right.
Bye!
Painted the two of them, and I'm definitely pretty damn it. Thus far, I mean, I'm really happy though that damn it. Harry's, I got the hairpiece and the head. Damn it. I actually used purple arms for her arms. So we're not forming a team. Get out.